But if you're like me, you want to try something a little bit different on your pizza every once in a while. I was also thinking there's a lot of lactose intolerant people out there as well, people who can't eat cheese on their pizza. So what do we do to help them out? Do something a little bit different that's really tasty and delicious and fast to make? Red Thai curry pizza. Let's go. Okay, for this pizza, I've already got the crust rising in the oven. I'll give you a recipe for that on the blog. What we're going to do right now, though, is actually make the sauce. So to do the sauce for the Thai pizza, we need to start with some coconut milk. So I've got my pan already warm here, and I'm going to pour in some coconut milk. It's nice and hot. We're going to reduce that. Nice and hot, a little bit too sizzly, but that's okay. Red curry paste. I'm going to take a good large tablespoon of that curry paste and put it in there, actually a little bit more even. Now what we want to do with the curry paste is we want to cook it. Now while that's starting to reduce down and melt a little in my pan, I've already got this little pan back here. It's warm. I'm going to put some peanuts in there. We'll put some toasted peanuts on this pizza as well as a garnish. So we just want to toast that up really well. Other ingredients that we have for this pizza, we're going to put chicken in here. So I've chopped up some chicken. I've got some lime leaves, some kaffir lime leaves that I've chopped up. If you want to know how to chop those up, then take a look at the blog for the tom yum soup. And this here is actually some chopped up basil leaves, fresh basil leaves. They were actually wilting a little bit on my counter, but you know what? They're perfectly good still. And I chopped them up, they'll be perfect. Okay, so you can see that the red curry paste is starting to release some red oils here. Stain the pan a little bit, but it's still a little bit clumpy, if you will. We want to keep cooking it down, and it's going to change consistency. I'm going to add a little bit of coconut milk to this. What's actually going to happen here is it's going to actually start to melt down. Don't want this to burn. Just keep stirring it. And you'll see the consistency change, and it's going to get, well, almost a stringy sort of texture. You see it's starting to change here. It's no longer clumped together. Okay, keep stirring it quickly because we don't want it to burn on the pan. It can burn quite easily. And see now the consistency has changed. It's really releasing those red oils, and it's those red oils that give it the flavor and indicate that it's nicely cooked. A well cooked and well prepared curry, by the way, will have a little bit of this red oil floating on the top. Alright, what are we going to do now? I'm going to add my chicken. This chopped up chicken. There we go. To help that cook, I'll add some more coconut milk and stir that up. I've got about a cup of coconut milk in total that I'm adding, which is about half a can. Okay, this chicken is now cooked through. I'm going to add the remaining little bit of coconut milk. It's about 2 tablespoons there. And I'm just going to let that blend in. We want the sauce to be the right consistency to go on our pizza, so I'm just going to make it a little bit more liquidy there. And we can simply just cook this until it gets as thick as we want it. Of course, we don't want to forget our lime leaves. That's going to give some nice flavor. There we go. And a bit of fish sauce. About a teaspoon of fish sauce. Okay, now what we're going to do, simply just add in our chopped basil and and a little bit of brown sugar. Just give it a bit of sweetness. So now we've got the saltiness from the fish sauce. We've got a bit of sweetness from the sugar. There's already heat in that curry paste. Our peanuts are browned nicely. This is cooked perfectly. We can take everything off the heat. What we're going to do, I'm just going to spread out my pizza crust. I'm going to put this sauce over top. I'm going to chop up these peanuts, put them over top as well. And I'm also going to put some sliced yellow pepper on top for color. It's going to be not only beautiful, it's going to taste delicious. Then I'll cook it in the oven. We'll have an amazing pizza.